Welcome to 5 Minute Fridays. Today, my good friend Todd Fiscus from Transition 360 is here today. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about valuations and why it's critical to be considering getting a valuation before you sell your business. Stay tuned. Welcome to the show, Todd.
Thanks, Howard.
And I'm intrigued about valuations and what it really means to a business.
Well, thanks for having me on. And valuations are something that every business owner should have in their pocket. If you don't know what the value of your company is, if you have an unsolicited offer, someone comes off the street interested in buying your business, they're growing their business in a similar niche, or they need your business to do contracts or whatever it might be, you get an unsolicited offers for some reason or another, and you don't know what your business is worth or what you'll take for your business at that point, it can take time to put that together, and they might go off looking for another business. So to understand what your company is worth on the market is an extremely valuable stake in the ground to help you make other decisions.
So what's a good time as far as getting a valuation goes? I mean, you know, where are you in the cycle of your business and your goals for your retirement?
So that's a good question. I think that from the day you start your business, you should be thinking about what the value is.
Mm-hmm.
People say, you should plan to sell your business from the day that you start it, because that actually helps you increase value. So if you're thinking about exit planning, it's something that you should know from the day you start your business what it's worth. As soon as you start to get clients and build value, you should understand the methodologies that the valuation will be created under to determine the value of your company and your industry, because there's lots of different methodologies, and the more you know about how your company will be valued, the better you can make strategic decisions about how you're going to grow it.
Nice. So what do you think holds people back from actually making those decisions and to jump into the valuations?
Another good question. It's kind of like a will. Exit planning to sell your company or to have a succession plan for the next owner of your company is something that most people don't want to think about early on in their business, because that means they won't own their company anymore. And a lot of people are very tied to their company, and some don't differentiate between who they are and what they do. And so it's kind of like writing a will. Many of us haven't written our will because we have to think about death.
Right.
And what's a will good for unless you're dead? Well, exit strategy is kind of in the same place, where to think about building an exit strategy for a company means that I won't own my company anymore. So I don't want to think about that.
Right. That could
so
be
it's a double-edged sword for a lot of people. But the earlier you start thinking about it, I mean, planning for it 5-10 years in advance,
right,
your company will be worth much more.
Yeah, and in our conversations that we've had together about what it means to run a business and own a business and planning for the future, and the people that I've referred to you have all come back to me and said it was a great conversation, and they weren't possibly even ready to sell yet, but just having the mental mindset, and preparing themselves for that, and the different tools that you guys have to offer to help them grow their business is pretty phenomenal.
Well, there is a strategic process that you can get people thinking through long before they actually are ready to pull the trigger on selling their business or giving it to their children or to their employees. And so once people realize that there's actually a process behind how to think about the transaction before they're ever even needing to actually make those decisions, it gives them peace of mind, because they know it's not just a haphazard process that they try to sell it on the market. No, you actually have a process, and there's a chronological list of people that you should involve, from your attorney to your CPA to your financial planner to the insurance that you need to actually prepare your business so it's as saleable as possible. And people can start on that 10 years before they want to sell it.
Right. So what I recommend people do is call Todd up and have lunch with him and your partners. It's a pretty easy process, right?
Yeah, it's totally educational. It's just it's the first step in thinking about your exit strategy and getting some insight on how businesses are being sold and what transactions are working on the market right now, what financing is available, what buyer pools are actually pulling the trigger and buying companies right now, because that changes over the years. But once you understand what deals are actually happening and what's driving them and who's buying them, then you can make better strategic decisions.
Nice. Well, thanks for being on the show today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. And if you have more questions, Todd's information is going to be down below. And as always, please, punch that subscribe button. And if you have any other questions or would like to be on 5 Minute Friday, I'd love to hear from you. That's all for now. Life's short. Hit record.